Welcome to Across the Whoniverse, a Doctor Who marathon podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood Time Lord Chels.
And I'm your Muppet of a Time Lord, Paige.
Merry Christmas, Paige. It's beautiful. It's snowing right now. Or is that ashes from a spaceship that just disintegrated into the atmosphere? Who knows?
Who knows? Who could say? It's beautiful.
I know somebody who could say. We have two amazing guests. One is the coolest, smartest Whovian I know, and the other is a Whovian in training. Catrina, Jesse, welcome back to the show. I think this is your second appearance for both of you?
Yeah.
See, I can do math.
Second appearance in my second episode.
Very happy to be here again.
I'm so excited to have you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas came so early this year.
It really did. This is like Brittany Haynes is going to save Santa on Big Brother, but it's Doctor Who. Jesse, is this the same level of silly as Big Brother Reindeer Games?
It actually, I will say, that was one of my questions. I was like, what genres does this show fall into? Because again, the episode I saw before is pretty campy. This one was very comedic.
It is a Christmas special, so just a little background. This is the Series 2, technically Series 2, Series 1 in between Christmas special, written by Russell T. Davies, directed by James Hall. It originally aired on Christmas Day, 2005. It features the 10th Doctor in his first real episode. Rose Tyler, of course, Jackie Tyler, Light of My Life, Mickey Smith, and the Sycorax. And even though this aired on Christmas 2005, it is set on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day 2006 because time travel, baby. So y'all, this is a very important, hard-hitting journalism question. I gave you about 12 seconds to think about it. Which Doctor would you like to spend Christmas or New Year's with?
I feel like I would want to, Jodie's my favorite, but I feel like the 11th Doctor would do Christmas up really well.
Mm-hmm.
I really think he would do Christmas really well, especially since Jodie Whittaker has said that she cannot cook.
That is also my answer, was the 11th Doctor, as much as I love 13. Because he would just be really wacky and have a good time, and he would come up with weird foods to eat, like fish fingers and custard. It would be chaotic.
Yes. Jesse, that is Matt Smith from your House of the Dragons.
Okay. This won't surprise you to hear I'm having genuine anxiety making this decision because I've only seen 2 episodes of the show and I actually don't really like Christmas. So I'm just do I just say who I think's the hottest? And that just feels inappropriate.
That could be a good Christmas.
That could be a good Christmas. Is how you want to interpret it.
Yeah, we don't mind how you spend Christmas. You could be doing whatever.
Jesse, who's the hottest Doctor?
I feel like, I don't know if this will be surprising for you to hear or not, but I preface this with, I feel like the second I say this, Chelsea will be like, oh, actually, you didn't know this person killed cats. I'm like, So this is based on me not knowing anything about these people's personal lives. But I always thought David Tennant was cute.
Can you believe he killed cats?
I don't know.
He's the worst person alive.
No, actually, he hates J.K. Rowling and supports trans people so much. So we love David Tennant.
He's lovely.
He's a good man.
He's a good guy.
He seems like it. He seems like somebody who'd be nice. That's always my main. I'm like any guy who looks like he wouldn't be mean to me. I don't know. He was pretty intense in this episode.
He was. But he was going through it, to be fair. He just died, and he was trying to come back to life. Personally, for Paddington reasons, I'm going to pick Peter Capaldi because I want to be in a Paddington movie, and I associate those with Christmas. But Jodie, we can all spend New Year's together, and you can be chaotic. It's fine.
There you go.
Let Jodie and the 9th Doctor, we'll see what they're doing on Christmas. Who knows? And then Shooty's invited to everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Because also hot.
He knows how to party.
He really does.
But I would feel like I would need to step up my clothes game standing next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Just that one still of Shooty and Verada in the club that never actually happened on Doctor Who because they cut the scene. Just saying it, I'm like, these are the 2 most beautiful people in the world. I could not keep up in the club.
No.
Paige, while I'm vamping, you send Jesse the picture of them in the club. It's very important.
And this is the current Doctor Who?
the current outgoing doctor. We don't, the
Yeah.
current doctor, technically, we don't have a 16th doctor. We are all saying Joe Martin, the fugitive doctor, is the current one because there's a lot of extended universe stuff happening right now with her. But she's technically like the before the first doctor. The timeline's confusing. You'll get there whenever we
Yeah,
talk
I'm like-
about it. And
Even
like,
though I'm not
10
part of this fandom officially, and I've seen 2 episodes, I'm like the fact that like there's a doctor who's like not only somebody I've recognized from other things before that, but also a little younger than me is hard for me to sit with.
it's a really hard
It
thing to
is.
grapple
I've already
with.
accepted having a really good mayor that's a little younger than me in New York.
Why would you do
But
that to
these,
me,
again,
Jesse?
this has been a hard year for me in general with accepting that there's people younger than me and
There are
positions
people
of power
younger
in
than
this
you.
world.
But also that really hot mayor's mother would be a great director for Doctor Who. I feel that in my bones.
So true.
If I ever run into him in the city, I will pass that along for you.
Thank you. That is actually very important. And then, of course, our little prerequisite thing before we dive into the episode, we want to acknowledge that this episode features Horrible Man, Noel Clarke, and generally this show does feature a lot of terrible men. And any discussion about him will strictly be about the character Mickey Smith, and we include links to RAIN's National Sexual Assault Hotline in the US and the UK's 24-hour rape and sexual abuse support line in our show notes. They're both 24/7. They have chat, texting services, phone services, and RAIN even uses WhatsApp. So everyone check that out if you need. And yeah, we're just gonna keep promoting that for anyone who needs it.
Absolutely.
Support the victims. So y'all, this episode, let's get back into the Christmas spirit. I mean, this episode is so silly, Billy.
They definitely hit the ground running.
Quite literally. Like, the TARDIS literally is crashing into buildings, comes into this really hot, and David Tennant is like, yo, what's up? Wait, Merry Christmas. Passes out like he's a drunk girl at a college party.
Can I just say, the opening scene, again, as somebody who just learned about all these things, like, when did we record? Was it a month ago?
A month or 2 ago? I don't know. Timey-wimey.
Yeah.
Some other time. We recorded and I was like learning about the rejuvenation, all those things of like the doctor reincarnating, whatever we're saying. And so watching this opening scene where like the whole cast is acting brand new about it, I was like, what? They're all like, wait, that can't be the doctor. I was like, even I know how this works. And I will say the fact that like they end the line on Doctor Who, and then it goes into it. It's like those jokes where it's like they say the title before.
They do that in so many episodes in this series in particular, I feel like. Like, it's always a running bit, but it's like constant.
Well, so I was wondering, is like, does every time they like make a new doctor, that they'd be like, what? Who's this? Or do they eventually
Kind
just start
of.
running with it? Or it's like, yeah, he just does this.
But not always right away. It may like pop up later.
Yeah, it is always very random because I remember it happening in like Matt Smith's era a few times, and it's just very silly. And yet every single time I'm like, you know what? Let's just lean into the silly. This is me pointing at my TV like I'm Leo, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. But y'all, this show, let's just get into the TARDIS Wiki synopsis. And these synopses, for Series 2, they're a lot better than Series 1 so far, even though they're kind of silly. The 10th Doctor is recovering from his recent regeneration with Rose and her mum. Then an alien ship descends on London Christmas Eve. They have control of the population through blood and intend to sell human race into slavery. Yikes. Harriet Jones must appeal to them and protect the United Kingdom and the Earth from the invasion. Even if the Doctor awakens in time, Harriet Jones will still need to make a choice to defend the Earth, one that will have ramifications that extend far and wide, much like when Jesse prayed with every candle in his house for Tia Coffee to win Drag Race UK versus the World. There are ramifications you can never predict. I know Jesse's going to have a lot of questions. What was like the first time? Do you remember watching this besides you, Jesse? Because I know it was probably the last 24 hours.
A couple hours ago.
And were you excited to see Harriet Jones again?
I think I was, because when I first started watching the show, I was just kind of binging when it was still on Netflix. So I remembered her from the previous episodes. And it's like, oh, okay, this is the golden age. Let's go with
Yeah.
it and see how this goes.
She helped
And I
save
feel like
the
the
Earth from the
whole
Slitheen, and we were told she was great and amazing.
And then the whole bit that like kind of happens later on, even so, where she's like introducing herself, and they're like, "Yes, I know who you are."
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Yeah, I've actually had like a moment like that in my real life, like because like I'm the president of my library board, and I saw the mayor, and he had met me once or twice before, but I'm like, I'm Katrina Parker, I'm the president. He's like, oh, I know who you are. I'm like, oh, you do.
You're a celebrity in my household, Catrina.
Oh no.
I'm only friends with librarians and Jesse. Paige, do you remember the first time you saw this probably browsing the Sci-Fi Channel?
I was gonna say, yeah, it would have been on like BBC America or Sci-Fi or whatever at the time. Um, I didn't remember a whole lot about this episode besides like 10 fumbling around, of course, and Jackie being iconic and fighting a Christmas tree, which we'll get into. That kind of stuff. I did forget about the Harriet Jones of it all until rewatching, even though she's a pivotal part of the episode and a problematic part of the episode, we'll find out. But I was excited to see her at first because she is an interesting character.
I remembered she was in the episode, but I didn't remember she was in the episode this much. And I forgot that the 10th Doctor is asleep most of the time.
Yeah. He's like hardly in it until the end, kind of.
I know, which like we've had other regeneration episodes where the Doctor seems like he's asleep the whole time. Or I say in the case of like Matt Smith and Jodie, they were like not very much asleep. Jodie has like a power nap in her episode. But no, I had zero memory of the first time I watched this. I'm like, dang, really? I forgot so much of this episode. Like, there are whole segments where you're just with the people from UNIT and the military people. It's like, wow, our main characters are not actually the main characters, it feels like.
It's kind of an interesting one for a Christmas special because usually the Christmas special is all about like the Doctor and one other person who's not usually a big part of the show and may just be in the Christmas special.
Mm-hmm. And this is the first of the Christmas specials, and because it was such a big success, and I think part of it was just David Tennant, this is his first real episode, that's what started the tradition of it all. And then, Jesse, we might have to bring you back for more Christmas episodes because they just get weirder and weirder. There's one where Kylie Minogue is in a space Titanic disaster situation.
That one's amazing.
That one might be one of my favorites.
It is interesting because I remember I was watching it at one point and I almost forgot what I was watching. I remember like imagining somebody like Paige just like turning on the channel and just stopping on there and going like 10, 15 minutes, being like, what is this? And then like the TARDIS just appears. It's like, oh, is this Doctor Who? Because like for a while when it's like focused on like the Prime Minister and all those things, like I almost forgot, I was like, wait, what am I watching? I'm like, oh yeah, this is Doctor Who.
That is the experience of watching Doctor Who. Sometimes especially when you were just flipping through channels. I miss flipping through channels, y'all. Bring it back.
A lost art.
It is a lost art. Let's just get into the plot of this episode because so much happens, and we have to get to the Jackie Tyler of it all because I love her so much. My queen and everything. So, we open the episode on Jackie Tyler decorating a Christmas tree and wistfully putting presents under it for Rose. And then we cut to Mickey working at a mechanic's shop, and he hears the familiar sounds of the TARDIS engines, and he just takes off to the streets, finds Jackie, and they're both shouting, "We knew Rose was alive," as the TARDIS just starts bouncing off buildings and crash lands, like full halt right in front of them. Very silly Billy. And then our 10th Doctor stumble out, and he cheerfully greets them both before getting serious as he tries to remember something important he wanted to say. He leans on them both as he shushes them before wishing them a Merry Christmas and fully collapsing to the ground. This is his college girl moment. He had one too many. And by that, we mean TARDIS regeneration energy. And then Rose exits the TARDIS and asks if he's okay. And Mickey's like, who's this? And Rose replies, "It's the Doctor." And everyone point at your screen because Jackie asks, "What do you mean that's the Doctor? Doctor who?"
In that moment, Jackie Tyler is Jessie.
I did put down, like, this is a really good episode for people who might just be discovering it. Because it does a lot of like, so this
Yeah.
is how this works.
Mm-hmm.
It was helpful for me.
It really does like reintroduce the show in a good way because it's the first time new viewers have seen the regeneration. I mean, since if they saw the TV movie in the mid-90s, but also there was not a regeneration scene from the 6th to the 7th Doctor. So they've probably not seen one since the 5th to the 6th, like most viewers. It's crazy. So they do have to reintroduce things for a new audience since it's not happened in so long. But y'all, we get our credits, which are beautiful. David Tennant's name, shiny beautiful. But we're back in Jackie's apartment, and I love that she has just stolen a stethoscope from her neighbor's lodger and says they should take him to the hospital. But Rose is like, no, he's an alien. They'll dissect him. One vial of his blood will change the human race. And then she's got to listen to both his hearts. And Jackie can't believe he has 2 hearts. And I love that she's just eyeing him up and asks, does he have 2 of anything else? And then she just leaves him to take a little nap.
That is iconic. Honestly.
So many beautiful acting choices. Like, give this woman every Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony.
What a woman.
Jackie is Rose's mom.
Yes.
I did not know. And again, maybe they mention it a lot. It wasn't until the very end when she runs up and hugs her like, Mom. I was like, oh.
No,
I know, she's so young.
I did not.
She is in series 1 quite a bit. And she slaps the Doctor a lot. They have like a love-hate relationship in that Jackie loves to smack him and argue with
I might be
him.
getting ahead of us, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I have written down here, I thought maybe the Prime Minister was her mom at one point. Just how chummy they were.
That'd be a plot twist.
They did survive an alien invasion together, including like being just the whole time. 2 whole episodes. It was a 2-parter. So
you can't see that, but I literally wrote, is Rose a Nepo baby? Literally, I saw her hug the Prime Minister. She's like, "Oh, Rose," and I was like, "Oh." So from the time that she hugged her to the time that her actual mom came up, I thought that she was the Prime Minister's daughter, and that was context that I was missing. I don't think there was a lot of time in between those.
Joke's on you, Jesse. So Rose and Jackie, because Rose's dad died when she was a baby, there's a whole episode you'd probably like about it. They grew up in estate housing. So they're in government housing. They're very low income.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I do like that as the Doctor is passed out, he exhales some regeneration energy, which is the sparkly gold stuff from his lungs. And it just like, we follow it from the apartment all the way into space. I think that's a silly little detail, but it's Christmas. You got to have something shiny. And then in the kitchen, Jackie's just asking, is this a different face or is it a different person? And Rose is kind of being rude to her mom and being like, how should I know? I thought I knew him, Mom. I thought me and him were ... And now he does this. And then she just keeps forgetting the Doctor is not human. And instead of talking about herself, she turns the questioning onto her mom. And she's like, Mom, why do you have men's pajamas? And why do you have a robe? And we find out that Howard the delivery guy's been hanging out for like the past month or so, which good for Jackie Tyler. Get it, girl.
Those pajamas didn't even look that like man-coded. I remember being so confused. Like, why are you wearing those men's pajamas? Or no, it was because that's what he was wearing. Now I get it.
Yep.
Again, I'm trying to understand this show my best. I'm reading my notes, being like, why was I confused here?
We keep giving you really confusing episodes, though.
I'm doing a really good job not Googling things because I want to learn them organically when we talk.
We do love when you ask questions.
What snack would you all put in your pajama pocket if you got hungry?
Oh my gosh. I love snacks. Okay, I'm trying to remember what the brand is. It's not Pringles. It's not Lay's Stacks. It's the really expensive one because of those chips, but the salt and vinegar ones, like the Good Crisps, I think they're called or something.
I love a salt and vinegar chip.
They're so good.
It sounds like that's above my budget because I don't even know what that is.
Well, here's the thing. Flavored chips, all the flavoring is usually made from milk proteins, so I can't have those. So I found these other ones that are way too expensive, but I'm addicted to them now.
I would, because like first of my chocolate in my, but that's gonna melt in a pocket. So I would go with something like either Wild Berry Skittles or, because we're talking about Doctor Who, Jelly Babies. They have some at Meijer that I get, and I'm always so happy when I'm eating them. They taste great.
Ooh, like a good sour one would be really good though. Or a nectarine, but I just like nectarines.
I would have like the hot Cheetos in one pocket and then like dill pickles in the other pocket.
Yes. Have you had the dill pickled flavored chips? They're delicious.
You know what's amazing? I actually haven't, and that just occurred to me right now because I was like, wait, pickles in the hot chips. I need to
So
try
good.
those.
Jesse, what snack would you keep in your pocket?
Genuinely was trying to think. I think I'd probably just do like Cheez-Its. I haven't had Cheez-Its in so
Classic.
long.
Same, but that sounds delicious.
I know.
You need to get some Cheez-Its for your pocket.
So, y'all, we get past the pajamas, and Rose hears the familiar voice of Harriet Jones on TV at a press conference, and Jackie explains she's the Prime Minister now, and it's Britain's golden age. Jackie loves to brag that Rose knows her, and we hear Harriet Jones defending the little space probe that's about to land on Mars. Little do they know, the probe runs into a little rock and it sucks it inside. Maybe it's a spaceship, who knows? And then we have to deal with Mickey, I guess, because Rose and Mickey are Christmas shopping, and he's complaining about Rose, talking about her little Tardis adventures, and says she can rely on him. He's not going to change his face. And this is when Rose, she, tries to voice her worries that the doctor could be dying. Genuine fear. But he's like, ugh, he gets even worse. Let's just be like, it's Christmas. Can you do that? Can you just for a bit, you and me and Christmas, no doctor, no monsters, no life or death. And Rose is just so worn down by this man, she agrees. Jesse, for context, Mickey is like her sometimes boyfriend situationship, and he is kind of a titty baby.
Oh, that makes sense. Again, the three of them, I wasn't entirely understanding the connections. Again, the fact that I didn't even fully realize that was her mom.
Yeah.
She probably was even calling her mom. I just was not clocking it.
And to be fair, she was kind of rude to her mom in this episode.
And that makes it even more harsh. She was so impatient with her about everything.
And I know that she had a lot going on because the doctor just regenerated, but the fact that she was shopping for a Christmas present for her mom, like on Christmas.
Girl.
Just imagine being like, he regenerated to get over it.
Yeah.
So, like all the questions that she would ask about it.
It's like, I don't know. Rose does agree to not talk about the doctor, and that lasts all of 2 steps because guess what? She notices the weird Santas playing music on the street. They're like, them creepy looking. Are those instrument weapons? Are they aiming these weapons at us? Looks like it. So they're being attacked by little Santas in the street. And then luckily a Christmas tree falls down on it because then they're able to catch a little taxi cab home. And Jesse, you said you have experience with Christmas trees attacking you as well.
Oh yeah, I remember my family Christmas tree. I was like the last one decorating it, and it literally fell on top of me while I was like in the family. And I think I was like on my knees, so I literally just fell back like this
How old were you?
Like 7 or 8.
You were little.
No.
I just remember, I don't even think I was fully. I just think fully was not comprehending what was happening because I remember just seeing it slowly come down. Like it didn't fall that fast. It fell slowly for whatever reason, and being like, "This is a lot." And then they always did like really extra. They like spray like the fake snow stuff on it. So they pull it off me and I'm like just covered in gunk.
No.
Like, not fun. I can't believe you remember that.
You mentioned it to me and that's why I put you on this episode.
I was going to say, there's a connection there.
This is the moment of the episode where I wrote down, we need more Christmas horror.
We really do.
Once like this, like once they had like the Santas and everything, and then like with the spinning tree later, I was like, I love Christmas horror.
Okay, so down the line in these Christmas specials, they do get pretty scary, especially with the 12th Doctor.
Christmas is low-key a scary time. People are like out of their minds, at their wits' end. It's cold and dark. Like
there are creepy Santas with instruments that get attacked by Christmas trees that are falling. You and them have a lot in common. Also, Jackie Tyler pretty soon. But y'all, as they're like Tokyo drifting home, she tries to call Jackie to warn her something's after them. But Jackie is a hot girl. She's a bad bitch. She needs her gossip. So she's on the other line with her friend, complaining about Rose coming home, making a mess. And when her friend asks, hey, do you need some help or something? She's like, no, the place is a mess. And like, she's just casually taking care of the doctor in the background, being like, no. Still taking care of this man she hates, by the way. I think it's adorable.
MVP of the episode.
MVP of always.
Yeah.
But Rose tries to explain to Mickey that they're probably after the doctor because Rose and Mickey are like nothing to these aliens, but because they've like time traveled and been around the doctor, they're like, they're following us. And so we cut back and forth through this and everything, but eventually Rose and Mickey burst into the apartment and be like, gotta go. And Jackie's like, no, it's Christmas Eve. And like, as Jackie's saying why they're not leaving, Rose notices a new Christmas tree behind Jackie and asks her where she got it. And Jackie's like, I thought you sent it because it showed up at the door and you were shopping. And the Christmas tree just decides at that point to come to life. It's playing jingle bells. The branches are spinning and shooting ornaments at them. And then they run into they run into the bedroom with the doctor, and Rose shouts for the doctor to wake up. And he just fully rifles through his pockets for the sonic screwdriver, and she puts it in the hand. Y'all, this is the best part. Mickey and Jackie are trying to push the door shut because the Christmas tree is trying to burst into the bedroom. And it comes through. We get the iconic Jackie Tyler line, "I'm gonna get killed by a Christmas tree." I love her.
Chels, have you seen, there's this Doctor Who correspondent, I don't want to get their name wrong. I think it's like Crystal D. Like, they dressed up as the Christmas tree from that episode, and they're just like spinning around chasing people.
Are they throwing ornaments at people? I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a thing. So like, I
my
have
gosh,
to see if I can find it and send
That's
it to you.
amazing.
Please send it to us. I will include it in the show notes.
Okay.
Jesse, do you think you could protect Jackie Tyler from a Christmas tree?
I don't think I can protect anybody from anything, but I would sure try.
I think you and Jackie would get along, commenting on all the nonsense.
When that tree like goes through the glass, that was enough for me.
It's like hard pass.
That's another moment where I was like, do they have to keep hanging out with the doctor? Like, I'm not trying to be like the villain of this story, but I was like, is it like an opt-out? Like, hey, like, you're great. I was like, I don't think this life is for me.
I mean, trouble does follow the doctor.
It
Yeah,
does.
and I would not follow.
And they all kind of love it. They love the chaos.
Some people love the adrenaline.
I don't. I was like, do they even get weekends?
No, because what is time?
Yeah.
We just blew Jesse's mind.
Yeah, like, I don't think I would be cut out to be a companion. So Rose is a companion?
Rose is a companion. Mickey is technically not a companion yet.
That was in my notes too. I was like, is Rose the only companion? And the others are just the extras.
At the moment,
Yeah, they're like the recurring characters. But as like all this Christmas tree stuff happening, and like Rose did go through the doctor's pocket, I like that he's fully just passed out taking a little snoozy, and she puts the Sonic in his hand like that's gonna do anything. What does do something though is Rose whispers eventually into his ear, "Help me." And then he just like shoots up suddenly like one of these dogs sleeping next to me and headbutting me. And much like a little sleeper agent, he just takes out the tree with the Sonic. And then, I do not recommend just suddenly waking up because you are going to crash at some point. Because he does explain that, ooh, it's a remote control Christmas tree. I want one of those. And he ponders who's controlling it, and they all go outside where they spot the scary Santas from Christmas shopping. The doctor points his Sonic at them, and they teleport away. And he identifies them as pilot fish before collapsing in pain. And remember, the doctor is still regenerating. He's still not done cooking. Everything in him is all mumbo-jumbo. And he warns Rose that she woke him up too soon, and he's bursting with energy, and the pilot fish could smell it. He tells Jackie he's having something called a neural implosion. Look at me knowing words. And guess what? This just means his brain's collapsing inside his head right now. Whoopsies. And he tries to tell Jackie what he needs, but she's listing everything in the medicine cabinet from aspirin, which allegedly might kill a Time Lord, to Pepto-Bismol or a soup and sandwich. Honestly, Jackie is so nice right now. I would go to the B&B of Jackie Tyler. And he tells her to shut up, which is honestly rude. Jackie responds, well, he hasn't changed that much. And then he just collapses and warns Rose if there are pilot fish, there's something bigger, and he passes out again because guess what? His brain is deflating, much like mine most of the time.
Why are they also mean to Jackie?
That is a great question.
Like, I remember that moment being like where she was like, it was like the funny thing. She's like listing all these different things to offer him. And I get he's being funny, but I was like, that was harsh, especially because like, I know he's like the same person. I don't get how it works, but it still feels like it's his first time meeting her.
Pretty much.
I feel a little polite.
A little politeness would go a long way, because even though you have kidnapped her daughter many a times, taken her away, made Jackie think she was missing for a whole dang year because of the time travel mess up. Yeah. Jackie thought Rose was missing for a whole year because of the time travel mix up. It's crazy.
It was like devastating.
Devastating.
She
They
went
need to
through
be
so
nice
much.
to her and not they're ruining her Christmas. That's crazy.
Brittany Haynes will save it, don't worry. Everybody watch Big Brother Reindeer Games, which is the best reality show ever made.
If you can find it.
But yes, they do bring him back into the apartment for nap round 2, and Mickey just hops on the internet to research pilot fish as Jackie turns on the TV and remarks, "It's midnight, Christmas Day." Rose comes in and tells her the doctor is getting worse because only one heart is beating. And then on the little TV in the background, we hear the news about the space probe that went offline earlier, but this scientist guy, Llewellyn, he's on TV and he's like, "It's just a little blip. They'll be receiving their first transmission from the probe soon." And because Mickey, he was like a hacker in the first series and managed to get codes to stuff, he's able to crack the pilot fish code and explains, "Yo, they swim alongside great big sharks, so we should expect a shark when the space probe images like come through." And guess what? Images come through. It's a scary berry alien and they're attacking. If I saw that on TV on Christmas, I'd be like turning everything off.
Am I the only one that thought they were low-key cute, though?
Yes, Paige.
It's just me.
Jesse, if you saw an alien in the wild, you just know you would have to take a picture of it like one of the New York City rats and send it to Paige before running away.
Yeah, I would want that.
Only for you, Paige.
Thank you.
So we cut to like all the unit stuff now. We get the scientist guy. He's going from the broadcast. He's being escorted to the Tower of London to unit, which is like, I'm trying to translate for Jesse, like alien military almost. Like they're aware of like the doctor and stuff. The doctor worked for unit in the 70s back in the day. He was their science consultant. And he's going to this little underground facility to meet Harriet Jones, Prime Minister, and her aide, Alex. He's hoping this is all a hoax, but it's genuine, and she explains it's a new species of alien. And he's like, "You're talking about aliens like they're real, my girl." And she's like, "Yeah, there's an act of parliament banning my autobiography, because this ain't her first rodeo." I would like to read that autobiography, so I'm going to need both librarians to request it. Thank you very much.
We're on it.
You're on it.
Can I just say, I don't recognize a lot of people in the episodes that I've seen as far as like actors from other things. And so then just randomly seeing the guy from Coyote Ugly and Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen just like walking around with all these people as like the aide, I was like, this is so weird. Like I was just like very much aware. I was like, why is he like everybody else? I'm like able to like be immersed in it as these new characters.
I'm so
I'm just
glad you
like-
cracked that code, because I did not click on his little Wikipedia page or whatever. But I'm like,
second
I
I
know
saw his
him
little
from
face.
somewhere.
Second
Yeah.
I saw his face. It's weird. The first thought I had was Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen because he looks more like he does in Coyote Ugly. And my sisters and I watched that VHS like it was our job. Like
Here's the thing, though.
Mhm.
I remember everyone from Coyote Ugly except for the men, not including John Goodman.
yeah, I was about to say our fellow Missouri State Bear, John
Go
Goodman.
Bears. I
The
love
men
John
just
Goodman.
weren't as important in that movie.
No, the movie's
No.
actually better if we take him out of it. But
I
Yeah.
do
those
have
are-
facial blindness in certain movies, especially ones like Coyote Ugly, which are actually gay, if you think about
because
it.
I usually wait till the episode's over to like look up who people are because I don't want to be spoiled about anything. But he's the I didn't recognize almost anybody else, just him.
Thank you for unlocking something for me. So yeah, they're informed the transmission from the probe isn't from Mars, but from right above it on the surface. It's like, ooh. And whatever caught the probe, it's heading right for Earth, and it's coming at them fast, y'all. So back at the apartment, Mickey has once again hacked back into the unit's website because he's a hacker, and they're able to monitor the new transmission to Earth. And I will give Mickey credit. He remembered the passwords from Series 1. I cannot remember my password that I changed last week. I know. Miracles. And so normally, like, the Tardis is able to translate stuff wherever Rose is on Earth, but she is unable to understand what this little alien is saying in the video. And so she's like, oh no, the doctor's out of commission, so that means the translation isn't working. And this does make me wonder. We know the Tardis is a little feisty because, Jesse, the Tardis is a living being of its own in many ways. And I wonder if this TARDIS likes Rose or not, because we know TARDIS is temperamental and does pick favorites when it comes to helping. She famously did not like Clara.
The TARDIS is a living being.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't think we covered this on the last one.
To be fair,
like
we
a
did not
lie.
spend a lot of time in the TARDIS on the Bad Wolf episode.
I didn't even like. I think I told you all this. I'd seen things about the show, so I knew about the police box that I thought was a phone booth until we did the episode, and I knew about this visual background all the time. Finding out that this is like a Mary Poppins bag of a like police box, and that this is the inside of it was, oh no, it's like out of the box.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is out of the box.
After watching out of the box, being like, that's wild. They crawl into these little boxes and they go down. It's like the coolest little penthouse or something of a loft.
And Mary Poppins is a Time Lord. Her and Miss Frizzle.
That is true. I did say that on my Julie Andrews mixed reviews episode, everyone. But yes, you're learning so much, Jessie. Gals, what do we think? Does the TARDIS like Rose right now, or do you think she's holding a grudge from Rose absorbing the heart of the TARDIS and causing a little bit of mayhem?
I've never thought about it before, but I think you're right. I think she might be holding a grudge.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I would hold a grudge if you busted open and took my heart out.
Yeah, that was kind of rude.
Little Rose, you need to work on your politeness to the TARDIS and your mother.
Yes.
But then Major Blake of UNIT informs Harriet Jones that the U.S. president wants to take action, but she shuts that down. I had to include that because I'm like, some things have never changed. And then she does ask about the doctor, but they haven't heard from him. Obviously, we know that. And then she asks about Torchwood, even though she's not supposed to know about Torchwood. And then Alex the Age shows her the translation because he's a translator, I guess. And the aliens are called Sycorax, and they demand Earth surrenders or they'll die. And Harriet Jones refuses, though, and she tells them today is a day of peace and warns them, Earth is armed. Look out, buddy. I personally would not threaten the aliens, especially when I know they got more than I got.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea in that scenario.
It's a little aggressive, but then, I mean, the aliens are like, well, let's see what happens. And next thing you know, a little blue energy takes over about 1/3 of the population of Earth, and all these people just be climbing to the tops of the buildings, the highest points they can find, which is, mostly the roofs. And they're trying to figure out what's so special about all of these people. It's like mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, blah, blah. And then, because certain members of the UNIT medical team are on the roof, they check their medical records, and they figure out that all these little mind-controlled people are A-positive blood type, and the Sycorax, they got a hold of an A-positive blood sample that Llewellyn put in the probe. I would not put a vial of blood in a space probe. Seems like a bad idea.
You don't know what they're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And not to brag, I would not be one of the 1/3 of humanity that would be up on a roof. Look,
Humble brag, you have different blood.
I have different blood.
Also, this
I'm
whole
positive.
Me too.
Ooh, special.
We're
Isn't that a
positive.
special one?
It's one of the
I
pretty
think
good
we're
ones.
universal donors or something like that.
ONAG is like the
That's
universal, but we can donate to everybody except for ONAG. Do not double check my science. I am not a doctor.
You're
I just talk
helpful.
about one.
Also, this scene is like kind of horrifying. That imagery of everyone just like going to the roof at once and almost jumping.
Yeah,
That's
this
so
is a
scary.
very grim episode for a Christmas day. Then again, EastEnders on their Christmas Day special, they usually murder somebody, including last year. So the Brits, I don't know what they're thinking about on Christmas, but I have questions. And then Rose and Mickey, they're outside observing all these mind-controlled people just randomly, and Rose is like, doom and gloom. Nobody here is gonna save them. We're on our own. The doctor isn't gonna help. I'm gonna be a little brat. And next thing we know, Harriet Jones gives a little televised speech informing the public that the Queen's Christmas speech has been canceled and the royal family is standing on the roof. I would not be exposing the royal family. Like, well, that's a lie. I might. Depending on the
I had a
members.
similar thought. Or even just again, seeing it open to her and she's at the desk and seeing like the Queen's photo. I was like, oh yeah, I forget they're like it looks kind of silly to me. But I guess that's a big thing to them. And then her being like, oh, yep, they're just on the roof in case you guys
Just
are
on the
looking for
roof.
them.
And then next thing we know, after like putting the royal family on blast like that, she begs for the doctor to help, and then we just cut back to the inside of the apartment. Rose is fully breaking down and says the doctor is gone and he left her. And next thing you know, like a shockwave hits the earth, glass be exploding everywhere, and guess what? That Sycorax ship is entering the atmosphere. Again, I would not threaten aliens whenever I know what they can do. If they can go from Mars really fast, I'd be like holding my tongue just a smidge. I'd be planning ahead a little bit more.
Can I ask a question? I recognize that I'm talking a lot and being very man-like, and I apologize.
No, it's a
But,
podcast.
like,
You're supposed to talk.
watching the scene where she's like talking to the camera, like save us, Doctor Who, I was like, is he like the Superman of this universe? Is this like a thing where the government's like, we need Doctor Who here now? I
Pretty
was
much.
confused. I was like, not for some reason I had it in my head that it was like a very like secret, like, oh, nobody really knows what's going on. How do they hide this? And they're all like, we need you here now. There's like an alien attacking the city.
That's the thing, though. Like, the show does deal with that later, especially the spinoff show of like, can you just keep relying on the doctor to save Earth? And it's like, he's not even from Earth, even though.
That's so Earth-like to be like, yeah, but we're the best planet, so
Yeah,
like you should really focus on us.
That's so true.
it is so true.
Also, this is gonna make me sound like more of a villain, but I was like, in my head when they're like 1/3, like we have 1/3 of your people, we're gonna make them jump off here unless you give us half your people. I was like, Like I was trying to do the math in my head. I was like, what's like the choice there that makes sense? I was like,
That's true.
if you could just take half our people, just take half our people. Like, I don't know.
Here's
I
the
started,
thing:
like,
the half will live, but they'll be sold into slavery. So
Yeah, that's a crazy choice to make.
But I was like, if you can just take them, then why do we have to? It's like if you have the power to do this, I was like, why are we even compromising with you? Those are the things I was getting confused on.
That's a good point, is that they were already in control of all those people. Like, why are they giving her a choice? I didn't consider that.
I asked the questions. When you don't know a lot, you ask questions.
Well, later on in the episode, like David Tennant mentions like blood control and like kind of like it was kind of like a cheap trick or something like that. So I don't know, maybe they're not as strong and maybe they were like bluffing. Maybe?
Yeah, I feel like by the end of it, that makes sense of like the like obviously like they were able to take them down. So it's okay, like they were, like you said, bluffing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why from the beginning I was like maybe we should just try it and see what they do. Like, yeah, do it, take us.
That would definitely make more
that's why I'm
sense.
not a leader.
I don't know, Jesse. You might have been a good leader in this instance.
Like, do it.
Do it.
Just have my people.
As we have this conundrum. But no, Rose tells Jackie to gather food and supplies and asks Mickey to help her move the doctor to inside the Tardis, which is like one of the only safe places on Earth. Nobody can really get inside there. Well, not too many, we'll say. And then Jackie packs the Christmas dinner, including a flask of tea that might be important. And like as they're like trying to get the doctor into the Tardis, we cut back to, I guess, our politicians and military, and the Sycorax teleports Harriet Jones, Alex the aide, Major Blake, and Llewellyn the scientist to meet the leader. Llewellyn, like, he, like, tries to fall on his sword. He's like, I created this problem. Let me see if I can reason with him and fix it. He's like, oh, have some compassion. And the Sycorax guy's like, no, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill this major guy who talked back to me. And then Harriet Jones, finally thinking before she speaks, she's like, what happens when they surrender? And then the leader, he does just put his little alien hand over this bright, shiny button, which I might want to press just for fun. And he says half the world will be sold into slavery or a third will die. Her choice. Again, I'm too pretty for math, so I'm going to let somebody else decide that one.
I also kept imagining the whole time, like, America being like, you guys better figure this out before our Christmas starts.
Right.
So true.
Don't interrupt our
Like,
Christmas.
we don't play about Christmas here, so you guys need to get it together.
So back on Earth, they get the doctor into the TARDIS, and Jackie starts pouring a cup of tea for them because she's a considerate mother, but then she has to run out for more supplies because she made a whole Christmas dinner. It is not going to waste. And Mickey does what, honestly, I probably would do and starts pressing buttons on the console just to see what would happen, to see if I can turn a TV on. And then they end up, you know what, the Sycorax, they pick up the signal of the TARDIS because he hit the wrong button. And they're like, what's that? Let's teleport the TARDIS on board. And they leave Jackie on Earth, which, like, probably best for the Sycorax to not face off against Jackie Tyler because they will lose. Jackie
So
Tyler
true.
is the most fearsome girl in the galaxy. But Rose is still being a little bratty doom and gloom when she notices Jackie is missing and Mickey laments being stuck with her cooking. Rose runs out of the TARDIS to find her mom, not realizing she's on the alien ship, and is immediately captured by the aliens. Mickey drops the flask of tea when he runs after her to save her and spills it right onto the base of the console, and the doctor breathes in the fumes because it's steaming upwards right into his little nosy. And this is the best part because outside with the aliens, Rose is just lip syncing for her life, listing off every alien she's ever encountered.
That part is so funny.
It is. It's like a child telling a lie in real time. But the Sycorax, they do laugh in her face because they're like, okay, child, you're not making any sense. And they start to taunt her and Alex the aide. He starts translating all of their threats, but then she slowly starts hearing them in English and she realizes the TARDIS translator is working again. And I love that the Sycorax gets so mad when they're like, you're talking in English. And he's like, no.
Jesse, do you know about this, the TARDIS translator?
I gathered eventually that they were able to do that. I was
Okay.
questioning because they also like the Prime Minister team had their own translator, right?
Yeah, there was like a guy translating in real time, the guy from Coyote Ugly.
Yes, Coyote Ugly guy was translating it, and they were like, I don't know, that part I found kind of interesting. And then they get the TARDIS like, oh, we have our own. I was like, I guess this technology is just like I think there's a lot of things they can use this for.
The
But
TARDIS is pretty great like that. It does like everything.
it's
Yeah.
before or after the Prime Minister lady comes in and shows like the aliens her badge.
I
don't know why I love that moment.
She is
She's
very
like holding
funny. But then the camera does track to the TARDIS as Rose realizes what's going on. And on cue, the doctor opens the door. He's just smiling and he's like, did you miss me? And he like easily disarms that Sycorax. He like grabs that little, I don't know, laser Catwoman whip thing. He breaks the gun in half. And then he just points at him. He's like, wait here. I'm busy. And then he just tells Rose all he needed was a good cup of tea before asking how he looks. And he's concerned when she's like, different. Because he's like, good different, bad different. And she's like, just different. And then he's like, am I ginger? The most important question. And Paige, he's still jealous of you. He's so disappointed when she's like, you're sort of brown up there. And then he just calls her out for giving up on him. And then he's like, wait, I'm being rude. Am I a rude man now? Because he doesn't know who he is.
The doctor wants to be ginger so bad.
So bad. Still trying.
The doctor wants to be what?
A ginger. Ginger hair. He's never had it.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
So just clarifying. Okay.
He actually wants to be as
me.
told by Ginger as well.
I was like, it sounds like he keeps saying he wants to be ginger. I was like, I have to figure out what they're actually saying. Got it.
He's like, ooh, am I rude? Jesse, this is the part where, like, when the doctor regenerates, not only does he get, like, a new body and face and stuff, he also gets a new personality. And that's the fun part. So the doctor gets to figure out who they are after they regenerate. And so the Sycorax demands to know who he is, and he starts just strolling around on this ship, pondering who he is, and then he spots the big button, and he clocks the blood control under the big button. And he's like, I'm gonna press the big button, and instead of killing everybody, it deactivates the little mind control and explains, you can't mind control people to death, it's just like a cheap hypnosis trick. And then for some reason he starts to quote The Lion King, which did make me giggle because I completely forgot about this part. And then he tells him to leave the humans alone, and he challenges him to a duel for the planet. And this is the part, Jesse, where I'm like, damn. This is the part, like, on Big Brother, where I'm like, I cannot tell this to other people. Because the doctor is about to sword fight aliens outside on Christmas.
Why not?
Well, once again, I think I said this last time. Something about the aliens in this show are giving, like, villains from Power Rangers, like Mighty Morphin from Power Rangers. Like
They
every time I
are.
see that, that's exactly what I think. Like if I just saw it out of context, like, oh yeah, this is an episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Here's the thing, it's not that, especially right now.
Yeah.
They sword fight their way outside. You know, Katrina, go, because I'm still laughing.
Oh no, I was gonna say but the doctor doesn't do like this big sequence before he attacks. Like the Power Rangers and Sailor Moon, it's like they'll be doing their transformation and like the villains are just patiently waiting for them
Yeah.
but the doctor, they just go at it.
Part of me now wants the doctor to have a full sequence. Although we do have the time vortex little interstitials when it time travels sometimes, so that's really nice.
Someone did make one with the 11th Doctor doing a Sailor Moon transformation.
I love that.
Like it was like
cool.
Pictures, like just showing the different panels of like what that would look like.
That's really
so
cool.
Fun.
I love that imagery.
Jesse, we will get you hooked on this silly ass show.
We're getting there.
So y'all, they sword fight their way outside, and eventually the bad guy alien Power Ranger villain, he does cut the doctor's hand off. And not only does the sword fall to earth, but so does his hand, because they're up still in the sky. Don't worry, that hand becomes important in a few seasons. And
it seemed important now.
I mean, you always need your hand. But guess what? This alien thinks the doctor's going to surrender, but the doctor is still regenerating, and he's able to grow a new one on the spot, like my nephew's little lizard thing can grow a new tail, which is honestly kind of scary, and I don't like watching that. You sent us the gif of the hand growing earlier.
Well, the reason is actually extra. I didn't tell you the context of why it was also extra funny, because what I was telling you is like I might have more questions whenever we come into this. Or like, I apologize in advance for all my dumb questions. I'm intentionally not Googling things. And then you both say things, and then Chels says, you can hand wave away a lot of the science to keep things rolling. And it was literally, Chels, I literally holding my phone like this when you text that, while the doctor goes and grows a hand. So that's why the second you said that, I like quickly pulled up, I was like, I need to find a gif of this, and sent it back to you, and I was like, hand wave indeed.
That's beautiful timing.
I did drop my phone when you sent that back. I didn't even think about
the stars aligned. And I was like, because again, it was funnier for me because it was literally on the screen happening as you sent that, and I was like, I'm glad she warned me, because yeah, I'm not going to question it. He's still regenerating. Like, let's keep going.
It's so funny. I love this silly show. And so, guess what? He's got a new hand. This alien, he's a little scared about this one. And Rose does throw him a new sword, which I don't know if that is against the rules of the duel, that she's interfering by giving him another weapon. But they don't seem to catch it, even though they warned her earlier. And he does pen the leader eventually, and instead of killing him, because the doctor doesn't like to kill anybody anymore, he commands him to leave the planet and never return. And the alien does agree, and as he celebrates his little victory, the doctor, he finds a little Satsuma in the pocket of Howard's robe. I would be really excited after that. You would need a little bit of vitamin C. But guess what? That Sycorax is a little bitch, and he's a liar. And he tries to sneak up on the doctor and attack him from behind, but the doctor, he can hear what's happening. And he throws that little Satsuma at some button that just happens to be somewhere outside, and it opens a section of the ship and sends the leader to his death. And the doctor declares that no second chances, anything. I'm a new man now. Yikes.
That part is pretty brutal, honestly.
It is, because this is our happy-go-lucky doctor, but then immediately we get that darker side, and you gotta be a little afraid when that pops out, because I don't know, he's a little unhinged sometimes.
That's when you're kind of like, okay, what is this new doctor going to be about? Like if you hadn't seen it before.
So, back on the ground, they're celebrating, and the doctor explains to Harriet Jones she better get used to aliens. And then she gets a call from Torchwood. She walks away. The doctor and Rose and Jackie and Mickey, they're all like, hey, what's up? Merry Christmas, giggling away. And off to the side, Harriet Jones orders Torchwood to fire. And the doctor, Rose, Jackie, and Mickey, they just watch in horror as green beams shoot from London all over the place. It's like a bunch of them too, and they combine and they destroy the retreating ship in space. And the Doctor is furious, and Harriet Jones tries to justify it as defense since she saw people murdered while he was sleeping. And he says he gave the monsters the wrong warning and that the humans are the real monsters. He threatens to bring her down with 6 words, and he whispers them to Alex, the aide, his little ear, and it's like, don't you think she looks tired? And they walk away as she frantically asks Alex what he said, but Alex doesn't know. So yes, this Doctor is a little vengeful.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, because again, the other episode I watched, who were the villains in that one?
The
alien-
Daleks.
Yes.
The
I remember there was a
R2-D2s.
moment where he wanted, because I was trying to understand if they were like a species or like a group. Because like whenever he's like, all the Daleks forever need to die. I was like, whoa. I was like, maybe there's like some little kid ones. And then you explained to me that that was not the case.
No,
And so
the
I was like,
Daleks are
got
just
it.
like Nazis, like genetically engineered
Yes.
Nazis. The Sycorax, they just did a whoopsie.
But now I'm just thinking of little Daleks.
Yeah, so see, that's funny. And then watching this one, I'm like, oh, now it feels like the opposite.
Yeah.
Which again, I had to remember the context you gave me for last time. Because now he's like, whoa. He's like, we can't just go around killing people.
Exactly. Yeah, the Daleks just happen to be the number one enemy, number one. Like, nothing redeeming about them, ever. And so, after all that, the warning, the Harriet Jones of it all, getting threatened, we cut to the Doctor in his Tardis, and he's, like, picking out his new outfit and wardrobe while Jackie, Rose, and Mickey are getting Christmas dinner ready in the flat. And I do like seeing all the little Easter eggs of the old costumes of the Doctors. So you have, like, the 4th Doctor's scarf, the 2nd Doctor's, like, fun trousers and his coat, and then the 6th Doctor's little Hawaiian shirt waistcoat. It's so cute. And so he picks a very sensible brown pinstripe suit and a long brown coat and sand shoes before heading to the Tyler family dinner. And
Did he not have the yellow Converse yet?
Oh, the sand shoes are the Converse, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know what that word was.
That's what they call them over there.
In the yeah, they call the sand shoes in the anniversary special, the 50th anniversary special.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We just call it the brand.
Yes. The Converse.
Yes. So he picks out his little outfit and he heads to the Tyler family dinner. And at dinner, they spot Harriet Jones on the TV trying to dispel rumors of her health and a pending vote of no confidence when Jackie gets a call that it's snowing. And they go outside and the Doctor explains it's ash from the Sycorax ship, not snow, which is really grim.
That's
if
so
you think
sad.
about it. It's supposed to be a cute moment, but I'm like, And Rose asks what he's going to do next, and he's like, I guess back in the TARDIS, same old life. And she asks if he's going to be on his own, and he's like, don't you want to come? And this is the cute little stumbling over. It's like, yes, but you changed, and I didn't know if you'd still want me there. And he's like, oh, I want you there. Don't worry. And then Mickey pops up like a little titty baby in the background saying, you're never going to stay, are you? And Jackie says, you're mad and go looking for trouble. She's not wrong. I do like that these answers are very much in character because Mickey is always going to be jealous of the Doctor and Rose and insult him. And Jackie's just like, y'all are crazy. You love being a mess. You love going looking for adventure. Not me, girl. No. And then the episode closes on him pointing at the stars to where they're going to go next. The end.
That's truly like that last little exchange is like the beginning of what becomes the series 2 rom-com of it all.
So y'all, what do you think of this Silly Billy episode? Jesse, you are such a trooper putting up with our silly billiness.
Yes.
Thank you for putting up with my questions. Again, I recognize I could Google some of these things, but it's more fun to ask them organically.
This is our Sudokus. We're trying to remember things and explain a very silly show that changes its own history all the time.
All the time.
This was a good one in my opinion. Again, I haven't seen the rest of it, but it felt like a good one for somebody who's new to it. Because it feels like it's very much like, I don't know, built for a new audience to jump in.
Yeah. I think this show does a good job of doing it. Whenever it's a new Doctor, they make it so they have stuff for the older fans who know a lot of things, but then they explain things where someone who's watching it for the first time can just get into it.
Yeah, because again, this is like 16 years since the show had last regularly aired, not including the 90s TV movie that was on Fox over here. And so that's a big generational gap between people who grew up with Doctor Who and who didn't. So, like, I think it's fun whenever you get to the doctors who portrayed the Doctor who were just too young at the time and did not grow up with the show. The Matt Smiths and the Jodie Whittakers of the world were like, didn't have it. Not familiar, but we know a little bit now. But y'all, don't worry. We have some deranged listener questions from Marilee. Let's get into some easy ones. The Doctor Who Christmas specials feature a lot of great British Christmas traditions. What American Christmas traditions do you think would be fun for them to include if and when they make more? Rest in peace to the Christmas special we never get this year.
I know.
Still depressed forever. I will say, I think we need more American things if we're going to have it. Like, just challenging the capitalism of American Christmas and what it's about. I think that would be a very fun one to get into. And you could make it that, like, saccharine Christmas story of it being actually about community and taking care of one another instead of, like, presents and Christmas lights and stuff.
Right.
Maybe something about that. And, like, cookies. Gotta get cookies in there somehow.
That was going to be my answer, is because that's one of my favorite Christmas traditions, is like decorating sugar cookies with my family. And I could see that being chaotic with that group of people.
Make it like a Great British Bake Off episode.
Yes.
But if you're going to make it American, get Casey Wilson hosting. She's great. She would be great in Doctor Who, though.
She would be.
If we're going to have Americans, get the funny ones. Catrina, do you have any Christmas traditions you would like to see in Doctor Who?
Probably maybe just like the certain. I don't know if they do it, because I want to say something and it's like, oh, well, they actually do it in the UK. Like, I don't know, but I know.
Don't worry, they'll at me, not you.
I know at least like my family, we watch a lot of like Christmas movies, like Elf.
Ooh, Home Alone, yeah.
Yeah, like those movies and stuff.
What's everybody's go-to Christmas movie? Family Stone. I'm trying to think of some. The Holiday, which, you know, that one should cross borders and oceans.
The Gossip Girl Christmas episodes.
Yes. Ooh, the Community Christmas episodes.
Yes.
Those are my favorites.
I think we watch more
season
TV.
one was my favorite episode.
Yes.
Yeah. What are regionals?
What are regionals? So what we're saying is Taran Killam can cross over into Doctor Who for a musical episode.
And the Muppets from the Christmas Carol.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, that's another good one that I always watch.
That's my favorite.
Yes. Okay, here's another fun one from Marilee. Oh no! Aliens are invading on Christmas morning. What Christmas ornament in your own home could you use to defend yourself? Jesse, what Christmas ornament in your B&B would you use to defend yourself?
I was like, I don't have any Christmas decorations in my home.
You can think of soap opera decorations like the Laura Wright prayer candle.
I'm trying to think of what my parents have at our house. I feel like such a villain. I was like, I would go for the cheap stuff that we made when we were like in kindergarten. Like, we don't need this.
Would you push the tree on them to get revenge?
Probably. They have real trees too. I've always been a fan of fake trees.
Same. Less bugs.
So I was like, here, take this real tree and just throw it at them.
We have an ornament on our family tree that's like a snowflake shaped photo thing. And it's a picture of me as a kid with Santa, and I look so depressed and like scared of Santa. And it makes me laugh every time. But I think the snowflake is like kind of sharp.
There you go.
So
will you take a photo of it and send it to us at Christmas?
Please.
Yes. I may actually have a photo somewhere.
So I have a Tardis ornament that's really hard that I could like throw at their head.
There you go.
Throw the Tardis. It's indestructible. So I don't have a lot of Christmas decorations, but I do have my tiny Peanuts Christmas tree, the one that's just like the sad Charlie Brown one.
was gonna guess something Snoopy related.
So I have one of those, and then I keep it inside, but it's one of those Snoopy lawn ornaments that lights up. So I feel like I would just have to like attack with those things, or maybe like the silly Christmas ornament from my friend's podcast. It's really heavy. It's like a pewter snowflake thing. I could throw it at them, and then I would just hit them with the Peanuts tree. Try to figure out how to shock them with this Snoopy light up thing. I don't know. That's all I got though. I do have 4 dogs, so I think I'd be okay.
What is Snoopy's doghouse if not a Tardis?
So
Oh
true.
my god. Jesse, you just blew my mind. How did I not think of that? Snoopy is a
They're
Time
everywhere.
Lord. Holy
Yes.
holy cannoli. And then Marilee did send a pretty serious question. So we'll do that one next before we get to the silliest of them all. It's been a long time since this particular special aired, and a lot of things have and haven't changed in the world of politics since then, including leaders of our country sundowning on stage or having seizures on camera. Would "Doesn't she look tired" still work if Harriet Jones was a man back then, or was it always just rampant misogyny? We all know it's just rampant misogyny. It's something
yeah.
Russell would always...
Yeah.
That's the problem. Russell does have a tendency towards misogyny in this era, and I'm glad Marilee points it out, because again, if it was a man, no, nothing would happen. We saw what George Bush looked like 20 some odd years ago. He was looking rough by the end. Jesse would know. Jesse has tracked George Bush's appearance.
And I will say, especially this week, that question, I'm like, I feel like the bar is very low.
Yeah.
What we and I had the same thought when I saw that scene of like, again, I don't know who I'm supposed to root for. Maybe the Prime Minister is like really evil, but I kind of felt bad for her at the end, specifically with how they weaponized that against her.
Exactly, because I do think she does bring up a good question that Gwen and Torchwood Children of Earth brings up. It's like, what are you supposed to do to defend yourself whenever the doctor is not there? We can't just rely on the doctor all the time to solve our problems. And sadly, war is what humans know how to do, because that's, in the case of the aliens, they're usually bringing war and genocides upon Earth. So I don't know. And then that idea is also brought up a little bit more in the spinoff, The War Between the Land and the Sea, which will allegedly be on Disney Plus sometime in the next year. It's not
Allegedly.
Is it?
not very good.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Allegedly, maybe January, allegedly, according to a gossip Doctor Who account. So probably not. And then, this is my favorite question that I am taking so seriously. What beverage could wake you up from a post-regeneration nap? What would wake you up?
When I first saw that scene where they're like trying to wake him up and then I'm like, okay, was he just playing with them? Because this is not the time. When he just jumps up. I was like, okay. I would have been super annoyed. I would have kept bringing that up. I'm like, so were you just playing with us back there?
Like he's playing dead.
I will say the 13th Doctor does explain it the best to the future companions. It's like, no, all of my cells just burned up and are basically recreating themselves. That's the regeneration. So your body is basically on fire as it's like burning the old one and creating a new one. And you're supposed to just be sleeping through it. The Time Lord does. That's why he's taking his little nappy. Thing is, 13th Doctor only got like a power nap, and she was still fizzing and just forgetting everything.
She had stuff to do.
She had so much stuff to do. But yeah, I'm like trying to think, what beverage could wake you up from post-regeneration nap?
I have a couple answers.
Go for it, Paige, because I feel like it'd be a couple beverages for us.
Oh yeah, I always have several beverages. One would be like a strong cup of Earl Grey tea, because I love that.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm choosing like a little cocktail drink, I'd choose an espresso martini, because I think that would wake me up. Oh, a Diet Coke. That was my third one.
Would it be the McDonald's Diet Coke, though, specifically?
Yes, like the crispiest, most electrifying Diet Coke you can find.
Jesse, do you have a beverage that would like get you up and going after a good nap?
Coffee feels like such an embarrassingly boring answer.
What is your cold brew order?
I just like most 90% of the time I just drink coffee black. Every now and then I'll get like a creamer just to like shake things up. But I just really like the taste and smell of it.
Same.
It would either be that or I've been also again in my 30s I've trained myself to think that seltzers are sodas. So now those are like,
Yeah.
oh, I drink it all the time. So even just the sound of that can opening to like a Waterloo that's like in my fridge,
Love
I
a
have to wake up and drink it
Waterloo.
before it goes flat because then it tastes like crap.
That is so true. Katrina, do you have a beverage that will get you going?
So two came to mind. The first one I actually haven't had in a long time, probably because I know I would like overdo it and have stomach issues. Um, Strawberry Nestle's Quick.
Oh,
Oh.
I never buy
throwback.
it, but like if I was someone else and it was offered to me, like I'd take it. But I don't trust myself to buy like a big canister
No,
of
no,
that. Like I'm
no.
going to be
Mhm.
irresponsible, so I don't buy it. Warm beverage, like I'm one of those people who does. I don't really get energy from caffeine. It makes me sleepy, but
Wait, do you have ADHD?
I've never been diagnosed, but sometimes I wonder if I do. I know I'm not normal. My kids aren't normal, so I'm probably not.
So,
Um,
yeah, hot beverage. Let us know.
yes, it would be a good chai.
Ooh, I miss that.
Yes.
Oh,
Love chai.
I miss that. So, as the people on this show can see, I am drinking at night at 9 p.m. my time a delicious sugar-free like ginger lime Red Bull because
That's
much like
crazy.
Katrina, I have a very interesting relationship with caffeine because of my ADHD. And so at certain times of day it wakes me up and it's usually after 1 p.m. it makes me sleepy. So, I would have to have an array of beverages and depending on the time of day you would just have to be ready. So,
Mhm.
Jesse has taught me in life that I can have a hot and a cold coffee at once. Because I'm worth it. And then
Do
I would
it.
also have to have a cherry lime Gator Light because I need hydration in my
Yes.
life. I have to have all of these to wake up, by the way.
I'm picturing them assembling like 4 drinks. Like, okay, we see the final one to get Chels to wake up.
A 1 liter bottle of Essentia water. I need that specifically. I need my electrolytes. And then I need somebody to go to the AMC Theater freestyle machine
Oh, freestyle.
and get me a Sprite Chill cherry lime only, and then I'll be okay. I need all of those. And then if I need one more warm beverage, I need a mint dark chocolate hot chocolate.
Ooh, that's so good.
I know. It's delicious. I found a dairy-free, gluten-free one, Paige. Oh, it'll rock your world.
That's amazing.
I know you're
My
welcome.
sister and I make white chocolate hot chocolate on Christmas, just for ourselves. Like when we get like our Airbnb, we'll do that one night. It's really
Nice.
good.
But yes, Jesse does know this because anytime I come to visit, the first thing I do is like, can we go to the bodega and I will buy a bunch of beverages.
Gotta be ready.
Stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
And then I have Gator Light in my fridge.
It's delicious, and I bet it's a good mixer.
I literally, yeah, I just put it in vodka.
I get the sugar-free kind. You're
That's
welcome,
perfect for
everyone.
that. I just need a little bit.
But right now, I am really vibing with this, like, lime ginger sugar-free Red Bull. I'm gonna sleep great tonight. And there's not too much behind the scenes on this other than we didn't mention it in the previous episode, but David Tennant, he did not film his regeneration scenes with Billie Piper because he had to film it at a different time because of production scheduling. And just like he was offered the role of the 10th Doctor after working with Russell T Davies on Casanova, the little series, and he thought it was a joke at first because he's a very big Doctor Who fan, but he immediately accepted it when he realized they were serious about the offer. And he was so serious as a Doctor Who fan that he did marry one of the Doctor's daughters.
Serious business.
Serious business.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, other notes. I mean, we've talked about this as the first Christmas special for the show. I think it's a fun one, even though it's a lot scarier than I remember. And another fun thing, The removing of Harriet Jones from office sets up the Harold Saxon arc in series 3. Sorry, we try to say series over here. And that is one of my favorite seasons because Martha Jones is the companion and I would die for her. She is maybe my favorite companion. Catch me on the right day. Jesse, we'll have you back for Martha. She's amazing.
You'd
Also,
love her.
one of the most beautiful people you've ever seen. I think that's every companion cast on this show, to be honest, though. We love hot people.
This was a fun one.
It was a fun one. Do you think you're ready to watch more Doctor Who if we just keep throwing random ones at you?
Specifically, yeah, you guys just telling me specific ones to watch every month or so. I think I can do that.
Perfect.
I still think that you would love Matt Smith's like first season.
I think so too. We might have to invite you to a bunch of those.
Yeah.
You'll be third
I
chair.
can see that.
Catrina, any final thoughts?
I love Christmas episodes. They're really like nice and lighthearted, and I go back to those more than some other episodes. So it was really fun to kind of revisit that and talk about Christmas. I will say I really love when it comes to holiday traditions how they do the Christmas crackers. Like one day I'm going to remember to order them before Christmas and have them so like I can have them. And then I like the little hats that they wear.
Oh, the
like,
paper hats, yes.
Like a big thing here. Yeah, the little paper hats.
Yeah. I had one family Christmas party that had them and I was so excited.
It looks so fun.
It does. But companions, thank you for wandering onto the Tardis today. Let's just remind the listeners where they can find you and any podcasting work stuff that you have. Jesse, where can the good people find you?
But I also do the podcast with Paige, Chels, and Owen called My Stories Are On, where we talk about reality TV, soap operas, all of that fun stuff. And right now Big Brother's on, which Chels, Paige, and I are obsessed with. So that's primarily what's going to be my feed for the rest of the summer because the season is so good so far.
And the rest of your feed is going to be campaigning for Beyond the Gates for the Daytime Emmys.
Oh my gosh, yes. The Daytime Emmys just came out and I'm feeling very passionate for our show.
Oh, I know. And the nominees are good this year, even outside of Beyond the Gates. I'm like, oh, I can't believe. Catrina, where can the good people find you and all your cool stuff and your cosplay?
So I am on Threads at Catrina T. Parker. I'm also on Blue Sky. Wow, I should know this. What am I listed as? Also Catrina T. Parker on Blue Sky and Instagram as well. I have a podcast. It's been in hiatus because life has been lifing, but eventually I'd like to go back to it. It's called Quirky Pop. I talk about all sorts of like pop culture things, and I add a little bit of social science because my undergraduate degree is in human development. So
I love that. Everyone go listen to our Golden Girls episode. We should do another Golden Girls episode.
Yes.
Or if you want to do a Facts of Life episode with me and Jesse, we'll totally do it.
I would like to do that. I need to like start rewatching that.
I think it's on Tubi.
Okay.
And if you can't find it, these two know I will mail you a DVD box set.
She will. She's serious.
I know she is.
Paige, you weren't the first person to get the Jodie Whittaker Blu-ray set.
Love that, though.
And thank you for listening to Across the Whoniverse. We can be found wherever you listen to your podcast. Make sure to rate and review our show. You can find us on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Tumblr. Links are in the show notes. You can email us listener questions or any comments you have at acrossthewhoniversepod@gmail.com. Send us a voice memo. We'll play those on here, too. We'll do anything.
Just don't bully us.
Just don't bully us. Don't do that. That's not nice. I'll just delete it. But then we are in September launching the Across the Whoniverse Patreon. We're going to do bonus episodes, everything from talking about movies and TV shows the other doctors and companions have been in, to silly little stuff like talking about our favorite monsters, maybe starting a little book club there, talking about Doctor Who and Doctor Who related things. It's going to be a silly, fun time. So check it out. Paige. Remind the Time Lords where else they can find you.
They can find me at Thoughts by Paige on Blue Sky. I am Hey Smithers on Tumblr and Paige Noel Kaiser on Instagram. Like it was already mentioned, I am on the my stories are on podcasts with Chels, Jesse, and Owen, talking about reality TV and all sorts of good things. And I also have a Substack that's called Girlhood in Low Resolution, where I talk about growing up as a girl on the internet in the 2000s.
And I love that Substack, y'all.
Thank you.
And I'm Chels725 on the Blue Sky, Serialized, Letterboxd, and Chel Cycles on Instagram. If you can find my Tumblr, you're stronger than a Sycorax. You can listen to me and my fellow agent / previous companion Gavin on the Q Division, a James Bond movie marathon podcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I can also be heard on the My Stories Are On feed with Jesse, Owen, Paige. We talk about all of our favorite Silly Billy shows. Check it out. And then, of course, I'm a recent and frequent guest on Female Gaze, the film club, where I'm going to be on more than Jesse because we have our blood feud over there. And recently, I have talked about the Jodie Whittaker movie Adult Life Skills because it was written, directed, edited, and shot by women, and it's wonderful and really sad. But then also, I'm on the And a Rewatch pod talking about the tragically canceled Karen Gillan show Selfie, and me and Jesse are just mourning 22 episode seasons of TV. We used to be a proper country. And then be sure to join us on our next adventure across space and time as we revisit New Earth. So until then, we'll see you in the Time Vortex.
Bye.